If you're mature, if you're honest, if you're real, you should be able to look in the mirror and say, you know what, I lost my temper today. I didn't do well today. Or you know what, I didn't respond well today. Let's be real. Be honest, be genuine, and develop the ability to be accountable to you and your behavior, your actions, your shortcomings, your weaknesses. And I'm telling you, the moment you become accountable, everyone will notice your maturity. I believe your best life is on the other side of your accountability. Now here's where it really gets interesting. A lot of times you're trying to do too much. What do I mean by that? Sometimes you try to do everything at once. We have a concept called the power of two. I know you have big dreams. I know you have good goals, but only focus on two things at a time. It is literally impossible to really engage the brain and do 5 things at once. You see people all the time that are busy, but their life doesn't change. They're busy, they're addicted to being busy, but they're not making progress. I don't want you to be busy, I want you to be productive, and typically, based on science, you can only focus on 2 things and really get results. But I'm telling you, if you get laser-like focus on 2 things and focus on those 2 things, you can get better, you can change your life. So let's take a look at your life. What's the 2 most important things that if you focused on them and improved them, it could be transformational? You might say, Walter, I gotta go back to school and get my degree. Okay, cool. Let's get hyper-focused on getting that degree. You might say, Walter, I gotta get in better shape. I got high blood pressure. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna get back in school and every day I'm gonna work out. Great. Focus on those 2 things. Time flies, right? Time flies. You all know that. And if you get focused on these 2 things and have some good rituals on these 2 things, you can change your life. You can change your body. Think about your body. Work out and eat less. Those are 2 things. You can transform your body by working out and eating smart. Those 2 things can literally transform your blood pressure, your cholesterol, how you look, and all of a sudden your friends came and said, girl, you lost some weight. What you do? I got focused on 2 things. I got some good rituals. And I'm telling you, look at your life. If then. Right now, you might feel like you're stuck. You might feel frustrated. You might not know how to make progress. I'm teaching you how to make progress. We all have to do it. It's called the power of 2. I went to my basketball coach, guys, when I was in college, and I wanted to play in the NBA so bad. I said, Coach, what do I need to do to play in the NBA? He said, son, you're close, but you got to do 2 things. I was like, and I leaned in. He said, if you do these 2 things, you can play in the NBA. If you do these 2 things, you can play in the NBA. If you do these 2 things, then you can play in the NBA. When I leaned in with all my power, all my might, he said, son, you got to lose 15 pounds. You got to be able to knock down a 3-point shot with range. If you do those 2 things, then you can play in the NBA. Guys, I got some rituals, and I'm telling you, about 12 months later, I was starting for the Dallas Mavericks by focusing on those 2 things. And that's where we really got into the power of 2. So what's 2 things that you can improve in your life that's going to be transformational? Whatever those 2 things are, don't try 3 things. Don't try 5 things because you're going to get distracted. You're going to get frustrated. And you're not going to make progress. And all of a sudden, your mind is going to get loopy. You're going to make all these excuses. Next thing I know, you're depressed, taking pills. No, let's make it simple. 2 things. It's going to transform your life. And you pick the biggest areas of improvement you need and figure out what's your power of 2 and get laser-like focus on those 2 things. And trust me, as you improve these 2 areas, it could be transformational for you. I lost 15 pounds. I got in the best shape of my life. Physically, I was doing things I had never done before in my life on the basketball court. And every day I shot 500 shots a day, rituals, and I've developed into a 3-point shooter. And just like my coach said, I improved those 2 areas and I got my reward. So everything that I do, guys, everything that you should do, think about the power of 2. It can be transformational. All right? Now here's another thing you have to really understand to get to your next level. It is your job to reach your potential. It is your job to get bigger, stronger, and faster. Every single year, what can you do to make yourself better? Every year, you should be a better wife. Don't you agree? Every year, you should be a better husband. Why? You had a whole extra year of practice. Why would you go into next year being the best, same husband, being the same father, being the same sales rep, being the same leader, being the same pastor, whatever your title is, being the same firefighter, whatever you do, being the same cop, the same detective. It is your job to reach your potential. And every day, put a new tool in your toolbox. I have been working on being a better coach. Now think about that. I've been a Hall of Fame motivational speaker. Then I realized, wait a minute. There's coaches, there's trainers, there's facilitators, there are MCs. I've been working at doing other things, and all of a sudden, now I'm a Hall of Fame motivational speaker. And I realized, man, I'm a pretty good freaking coach too. So every year, add on to your repertoire and don't stay the same. Every year, you got to get bigger, you got to get stronger, you got to get faster. I learned that in sports, but guess what? It completely translates to business. You should be on a nonstop quest on becoming the best version of you. And it is your job to reach your potential. So what can you improve right now? Now, you always thinking about your brother and your sister and your coworker talk too much and she's lazy. We're really good at inspecting other people. We're really good at judging other people. But what I'm really asking you to do is look in that mirror. And you look and judge yourself and say, self, what do I do well? What don't I do well? And how can I improve this next year? I hear people all the time, my boss didn't like me. What do you mean? I got a bad report. Wait a minute, you perfect now? Oh, is that the problem? You're perfect and we just supposed to respond to you? We all got weaknesses. And no, you're not perfect. So when your boss sits you down and gives you some constructive feedback, don't get offended, right? Don't get mad, don't get angry. Your boss is basically saying, if you improve these areas, you're gonna be more valuable. If you become more valuable, we gotta pay you more money. That's the way you should look at constructive criticism, or when everyone or anyone makes light of one of your blind spots or one of your weaknesses. We all have blind spots. We all have weaknesses. So be humble, be honest with you, and you should not need anyone else to tell you what you need to work on. They should be confirming what you already know, what you need to work on. It is your job to get bigger, stronger, and faster. I'm almost done. Remember this, success is a team sport. I want you to understand you're a piece of a puzzle. You're a piece of a puzzle in your family. You're a piece of a puzzle in your company. You're a piece of this puzzle in society. This world needs you, right? This world needs your gift. And I want you to understand that you belong somewhere. You fit into someone's puzzle. You should be a part of someone's team to make that team click, to make that team go. So are you a no-show at church? Maybe your church needs your gift. Maybe there's a company right now who needs you. Okay, they need your skill set, they need your mindset, they need your attitude. There's somewhere where you fit. You know, it might be a fire station, might be a police station, might be a software company. You should be on a nonstop quest to figure out your perfect place. And when you get there, I want you to be a successful piece of a team. Now, I talk about team a lot because I came from the sports world, but I want you to understand your family is your first team. How can you make sure your family wins, okay? I'm talking about your nuclear family you grew up in. I'm talking about your current family. You're a husband, make your team win. You're a wife, make your team win. You should grab your husband, you should grab your wife, you should grab your coworker, you should grab your boss and make the announcement, we gonna win because I'm on the team. It's just that simple. We gonna win because I'm on the team. I know you're important, I know you're valuable, but I'm gonna make sure we win because I'm gonna play my role to the team. I care about this team. I'm gonna have alignment and I'm gonna do my assignment. I'm gonna have alignment, I'm gonna do my assignment. I'm gonna buy in and I'm gonna make sure that I do my job to perfection. I can't worry about somebody else. I can't criticize somebody else. I can support you when I can, but I understand that for me to make this team win, I need to be focused on my alignment and make sure I'm doing my assignment, and then I gotta trust my teammates. Success is a team sport. The worst thing you can do is be just some individual narcissistic monster that don't fit in anywhere. You have a place to fit. So get your attitude together and understand success is a team sport, and get on a team, be an impact player, and make sure your team wins. Finally, accountability, man. Don't be afraid to say my fault. Don't be afraid to just say my fault. And accountability literally is the ability to be accountable. And some people have more accountability, or should I say some people have more ability than others to be accountable. We should not have to pull your teeth for you to say my fault, my bad. If you're mature, if you're honest, if you're real, you should be able to look in the mirror and say, you know what, I lost my temper today. And you know what, I didn't do well today. You know what, I didn't respond well today. Just be real, be honest, be genuine, and develop the ability to be accountable to you and your behavior, your actions, your shortcomings, your weaknesses. And I'm telling you, the moment you become accountable, everyone will notice your maturity. I believe your best life is on the other side of your accountability. And I say that personally. I've had moments when I made excuses. I could talk my way out of anything. I could justify anything. But the truth is, I was immature. Because when I was a child, I thought as a child, I spoke as a child, I reasoned as a child. But when I became a man, my life changed. When you become a man, when you become a woman of accountability, which is merely the ability to be accountable, let's increase that ability. Just start out by saying, my fault, my bad. No reason, just say it out loud, my fault, my bad. And I'm telling you, if you can just get comfortable saying, my fault, my bad, when you're driving, you can be able to say, oh, I'm sorry, my fault, my bad. When you're at work, ooh, my fault, my bad. When you're at home, you know what, my fault, my bad. That's what we need from you if you want to get to your next level. Here's the truth. I just broke down what I call the 7 next level fundamentals. And I mean from the bottom of my heart, if you execute these fundamentals, you're going to have success. You're going to become the best version of you. And I'm telling you, that's what we need from you. So we need to review these real quick, and I'm going to let you go. Have a winning mindset. Make sure you're an impact player everywhere you go. Make sure you have some good rituals that are connected to your desired income. Make sure you understand the 2 things you need to work on. The power of 2 that can be transformational for your life. And if you're a business leader, what's the 2 things your company can do to make it transformational for your company? It's called the power of 2. I had great coaching, and I'm telling you, don't try and do 5 things. Pick 2 things, and I'm telling you, focus on those 2 things, and it can be transformational. And remember, it is your job to reach your potential. Every year, you must get bigger, stronger, and faster as an individual, and every year, your company should get bigger, stronger, and faster. And remember, success is a team sport. You're a piece of somebody's puzzle. Figure out where you belong. Get there and be an impact player and make sure your team wins simply because you have alignment, you have assignment, and you do your job to perfection. And when you come up a little short, don't be afraid to put on your big boy pants or your big girl skirt and simply say, you know what, my fault, my bad, I got to do better. And I'm telling you, the moment you become accountable, everyone around you is going to say, woo, you know what, I could have done better too. That's my fault. You know what, I can't let you take that by yourself because I could have done better. The moment you become accountable is the moment you get closer to your next level because accountability does not come in easy. Accountability sometimes does not come natural. There's some spiritual laws that I don't have time to break down. So we have to learn how to become accountable. But accountability, I'm telling you, can get you to the next level. Those are the next 7 next level fundamentals. Thank you for spending time with me. Let's go out. Let's go get it. Your best life is ahead of you. This has been Walter Bond. Peak Performance Huddle, baby. Let's huddle up and let's get to your next level by executing the 7 next level fundamentals.